Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. It's actually still the weekend for me. Today is Saturday, and I thought that I would film a chit chat, get ready with me, because Craig and Stella are out of the house and it's very quiet, which is a good time to get things done, right? I do have my trusty assistant Alf with me, so he's hanging out in the background. And yeah, so it's just gonna be a chit chat, get ready with me. All the makeup that I put on my face, I will put in the description box down below. So if I forget to tell you guys what I'm using, check that description box and that'll tell you. So anyway, let's get into it. I'm gonna get started by just putting on my favorite, well, this is a lip plumper, but for me, it's more of like a lip hydrator. These are actually going to be on sale starting today at City Beauty, the City Beauty City Lips. I know they're out of stock of some of their colors, but I'll put the sale information down below if you've ever wanted to try these. Highly recommend. I love these. The clear one, which mine is not so clear anymore because I do also use this as a lipstick topper a lot of times. This is a really thick, very hydrating lip plumper, but it's not a lip plumper in the sense of like, the ones that have like cinnamon in them that make your lips burn. It's not like that. You're getting the plumping from the hydration. So anyway, I like to put this on before starting my makeup and then just leave that on and either wipe it off if I'm going to go in with a lipstick or a lip liner. Today, I think I'm actually just going to be using another City Beauty gloss as my lipstick. I'm going to use the Pink Nude City Lips as my lip color. So I wanted something really neutral. So I'll probably just pop a little bit of that on top of the clear. So, all right, you guys, I already have my SPF and my eye primer on, and now I'm just going to put my hair back and let's get started. Got my trusty little alligator clip here. So yeah, all right. So today's Saturday and I woke up this morning and I went downstairs to the fridge and I have to make Penny's dog food now because my little girl has a sensitive stomach. And so in talking with the vet, she just suggested I should just make Penny's food for her. So anyway, I've been doing that, which, oh my gosh, so much work. So much work to make your dog's food, and you got to do a lot of research too because you want to make sure that you're getting them all the nutrients, all the nutrition. There's some supplementation that you have to do oftentimes. So anyway, not for those who don't have patience. But anyway, so I go downstairs to get my coffee and I open the fridge to get out Penny's food, to get that ready, and to get my coffee creamer and get my coffee started. And I noticed that like half the stuff is like missing from the fridge. And I was like, what happened to all of our food? So wow, that was a lot. Ooh. So I go outside to the fridge in our garage and most of the food has been moved out there. And so I was like, what the heck? Anyway, Craig wasn't up yet. So I was just gonna wait for him to wake up and tell me what the heck was happening here. So he gets out of bed and I was like, hey, where the hell's all our food? He was like, yeah, so the fridge is now completely kaput as well. You guys, I think I jinxed myself is the problem. I really thought this refrigerator in our kitchen was gonna last at least another year. So I've slowly been replacing all the appliances in our house. And we just did the cooktop. Last year we did the dishwasher, and then also this year we did a new microwave like oven combo thing. We have a wall oven situation. So I replaced that and I went with KitchenAid because I wanted like nicer appliances and I really like the KitchenAid brand. And so anyway, moral of the story is I had ordered another KitchenAid refrigerator a few days ago because the freezer went out on our refrigerator several days ago. And so I was like, oh, that's fine. It's kind of inconvenient, but we do have another freezer out in the garage. So I figured at least if we still have the fridge, we can work with that. So then the fridge also goes out, but it started with the ice maker. So we have an LG, which I've heard some people tell me they have a lot of issues with. I don't think we've ever had an LG before in our last house. I think we had Whirlpool appliances. So, but yeah, so that was fun. Ordered the new fridge, but the one that I want, which is a side-by-side. I hate the French door refrigerators. Those are just the worst design to me because I hate having the freezer on the bottom, especially the one that we have. Like, we have one pull-out drawer, but basically it's just this like cavernous space where your frozen food just gets lost. You know, if something is at the bottom of the pile or at the bottom of the freezer, you have to like dig through everything to get to it. And there's no real way to ever keep it organized, especially with a kid, because she goes in there, and even if I neatly stack things in there where I can easily lift like boxes of like prepackaged meals or whatever out all at once, she just, you know, moves things around, and then it's like this daily disaster that I have to reorganize just to like get the darn thing to close. So I went with a side-by-side, and I just really, those have always been my favorite refrigerators. I realized that the freezer storage, the area that you have might be a little bit smaller, but we don't buy a ton of frozen food, so it doesn't really matter that much to me that we have a slightly smaller amount of freezer space possibly going forward. But anyway, that's going to be here in May. All these appliances that I've been buying, and this is just because of the pandemic, obviously, but all these appliances that I've been buying are all back ordered. And I mean, I could have chosen a different brand, but I think I would have probably had back order issues with different brands as well. So yeah, so now I get to wait until May for this refrigerator. And I think Craig is going to try to buy, I don't know if it's like the compressor that went out or what it is that is the issue. Craig's really handy, so we're going to try to have Craig take a look at it and see if he can fix it so that we can have it until we get the new fridge in May. And then, you know, if it's working well, then we can try to sell it. I'm assuming there might be a market for used appliances right now because of how long it's taking to get these darn things. I just can't believe for our stove microwave combo that took the longest to come. I ordered that back in September, and it got here in middle of January, I think it was. Such a long time. And obviously a very first world problem, but I think it's just because we're not used to dealing with this kind of stuff. Like in the past, when we've needed a new refrigerator or something, we would just go to like Best Buy and buy it, or we would go to Costco and get a refrigerator. You can't just like really do that, especially if you're looking for something specific. Like they just aren't, they're not there. And I think it's because everybody is remodeling their homes, right? Like everyone's home a lot more, and all of those like home renovation projects and whatnot have been put on the front burner finally, and people are making changes, which is awesome, but also frustrating. So I'm trying to like, where do I look? The viewfinder or here? It's always hard to do makeup and talk, but anyway, so that was fun this morning. Where's my food? I couldn't find Penny's food, and it was in the outside fridge, so we have that to look forward to. I really hope he can fix this thing, because I do think it will suck, because the fridge is not meant to come until May 11th, and that is like, that's an estimate, so could be longer potentially. Ooh, it's gonna be a bummer if it is, but it's fine. If he can get it fixed, it's fine. I just don't want to like be without a fridge for like more than 2 months, preferably. Luckily we have a fridge in our backyard, but it's just like a small like outside bar fridge. And then we have a fridge in our garage that the previous owner left. It was so funny, she was trying to get us to buy this huge black refrigerator that she had out in the garage, and we had a refrigerator that we were just gonna bring over from our old house. And so we were like, no, we don't need your fridge. We're not going to buy this off of you. And in the end, she ended up leaving it anyway because she was moving to a condo. This woman who lived here before us, it was a woman who was single and she just had a dog. And she lived in this 5-bedroom house just by herself. And she had all these extra appliances and stuff. And we were like, yeah, no, we don't need those. We're good. Although, yeah, I guess we could have used that extra refrigerator now. But anyway, all right. What else? Here we go. So I'm using the Exposed blush from Tarte. I've been loving this one, although it's not the most pigmented. It's just a really good blush on days when you don't really know what kind of blush to use, which for me is not really usually an issue, but I have a fair amount of blush in my collection, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, I don't know. What do I stick on my face? And if I pick up Exposed, it's usually a really great option. So there's that. Did you guys see that Marlena Stell is closing up MakeupGeek? That made me kind of sad. I really honestly was like super shocked at that. I mean, not really, because a lot of companies have had to close up shop because of the pandemic, but yeah, I just kind of always thought that Marlena would be around forever with MakeupGeek. I know she worked super hard on establishing that company, and out of all of like the original beauty influencers that I started watching on YouTube, Marlena was definitely one. And I just always really liked her approach and her positivity and the fact that she didn't look like everybody else that was on YouTube at the time, which I thought was amazing. And she's so talented. Anyway, I never really owned like a ton of MakeupGeek, but I really was kind of saddened when I saw her video pop up, because she's definitely one of my YouTube OGs. Honestly, I don't watch any of the original people that I started out on YouTube with, or that I started watching on YouTube or were popular at one point. So like the Jaclyn Hills, the Manny MUAs, like all of those people. I stopped watching them all a long time ago. They just became so like unrelatable to me. But Marlena, even when she started getting really successful with MakeupGeek and stuff, she still seemed so down to earth, and I just always really liked her. So I don't know what her game plan is next in life, but I'm definitely curious to see if she stays in the makeup world at all, or if she kind of gets away from that altogether. I'm not sure that I could blame her if she was like, yeah, no, I'm over this, because she's been doing it a long time. And yeah, she's just always done such a good job, I think. I mean, I haven't always kept up with all of her videos, but out of like, you know, all of those people, she was the one that I still always kind of definitely checked in on to see what she was up to. Just such an interesting world, right? I don't even know what all those other people are up to. Like, does Manny, do they still make videos? I don't even know. I think Manny has a makeup brand, right? Is this? Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm trying to recreate the look that I had in my Friday faves, and I'm not sure I remember the exact order of the shadows, but we'll go with it. I'm using the Punked Cover Shop palette. I really like this one. If you guys like plums and like cool tone shades, you should check that out. These are great palettes. They're like, I think $29, 29 or 30 bucks. And they're fantastic. Yes, the shadows are small, but are you ever going to finish this? No, you're not. You're not going to, I'm never going to finish this. There will come a time where I will have to throw probably a decent amount of this palette away. Is that dumb? Yeah. Is it wasteful? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, can't keep makeup forever, but I don't know. While it's not expired, I'm just gonna use it and enjoy it and get some fun looks out of it, so. Alrighty, there we go. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, Marlena. Curious to see what she ends up doing. Such a nice lady. She's just really, really sweet. Who else do you guys still watch from like the OG days? And like who is super popular? Super popular. It's a popularity contest, you guys. Who are like the new up and coming YouTube beauty people? I don't really follow many beauty channels anymore, to be totally honest, you guys. I find that a lot of times following a lot of these like influencers, especially in the beauty community, I just get suckered into buying things much quicker, you know. And a lot of times they're not even giving like super detailed reviews on things. They're just hauling things. And I find that for me, even more so than like, you know, reviews, like when people post hauls, I'm like, oh, that's new. I want to try that too. When I don't need to. I don't need to try new things. I have plenty of things. So yeah, who are the new people? I should just watch a few beauty videos here and there. I'm still watching mostly like true crime stuff. There's, oh my gosh, YouTube. I think the last video chit chat that I did was like my YouTube rabbit holes, where I told you guys about like Mr. Ballin and some of these other channels that I really like, Charlotte Dobre. Have you guys been watching some of those? I know Mr. Ballin now has a podcast as well. I've listened to the podcast too, and that's pretty cool. I could go, like, what I appreciate about his videos is that like I can listen to them or I can watch them. And either way, it's just really entertaining and keeps my brain busy while I'm kind of puttering around. All right, did I do this? Yeah, okay, that was it. This is a neat brush. So this is an Esom brush. And when I first got it, I was like, I don't really know what I'm gonna use this for, but it's kind of perfect for like smoking out like your lid and outer crease area really nicely. Alf, what are you doing? Sir. Oh my God, he's so cute. Yeah, it's just, so this is the Esom W36. It's this really interesting brush. So it's angled and it's not very dense, but it just does a really good job of putting down some color, but also blending out any harsh lines from my eyeliner. And I'm just using the black shade that's in the Punked palette as my liner and then kind of smoking it out a little bit. And I really like the way that this looks. I've used this brush with other palettes as well. Oh, wait, sorry, can't talk and do this. And yes, I am getting fallout like of the black on the side of my nose here. I'm just gonna be brushing that away. And since I don't wear liquid foundation, like it doesn't stick to my skin, I can pick it up with like a fluffy brush and it just kind of gets brushed away. It doesn't get smeared or anything like that. Occasionally there will be a little smear if I have a ton, but for the most part, it comes right off. All right, so I'm taking what's this shade? The Punked shade, right? Or is this headliner? No, it's Punked, this one. Sorry. No, this one, geez Louise, this one right here, that's what I'm using. That dark matte amethyst. It's a really pretty color. And I'm literally just kind of like tapping it on and then just doing some blending. I go to about like right here, like the middle of my lid space, and then I leave that lighter color on the inner part. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot. All right. So what I do is I just take a fluffy brush like this. Whoa, hair. What is happening? There we go. Let's try that. Wow, good look. Okay, I'm gonna do some mascara and I'll be right back. All right, friends, through the magic of editing, I have some mascara on my lashes and I have some brow powder in. So I get a lot of questions about my brows. What color are your brows? What color brow products do you use? So the main thing is that my brows are micro shaded on my face. So the color that my tattoo artist came up with was custom. I don't know the exact blend. She has her notes, and when I go back to visit her, probably at the end of this year for just a little touch up, you know, she's just gonna pull up her on her iPad the color combination that she did for me, and we'll just touch up with that, which is fantastic. I highly recommend looking into micro shading, especially if you have an oilier skin type. It lasts way longer than microblading. So mine is like well over 2 years old at this point. I think is it closer to 3 years old? I can't even remember when I got this done, but it's pretty old at this point. And even the tattoo artist that I went to herself, she posted on one of my Instagram pictures, I think it was like about a month ago, she was like, oh my gosh, Melanie, are these still the same brows that we did for you? And I was like, yes. I think the reason that they are still looking as fresh as they are is because I do cover them up with SPF every single day. I just think that SPF in general is super important, but the SPF that I use, which is this Paula's Choice, it's my favorite, I'll link it down below. This has a tint, as you can see. So that tint does kind of cover up my brows just a tiny bit, as does my makeup. And so I just go through with this Tarte Amazonian Clay brow powder that you can't get anymore because it's discontinued, but I have a mountain of backups. These are just some of my backups. Yeah, here's the other ones. That's right, I have 8. I have 8 backups because I don't want to be without this ever. So this is the best ever. No, it's not just like a regular gray eyeshadow. First off, it's the perfect shade of gray for me, and second, it's different from an eyeshadow. It just is. I've tried gray eyeshadows, they don't look the same. So, but anyway, love that. And let's do some lips real quick, and then I'll get up a little closer so that you guys can see the finished look. So I'm using the Pink Nude from City Lips, and just put a little bit of that over top of that clear. I just want like a little bit of a nude look to my lips. There we go, perfect. All right, you guys, this is the eye look. I really like this. It's kind of a neat, plummy, smoky eye. You can certainly amp this up a little bit more for a date night, but I would totally rock this to go to Costco, which is what I'm gonna do today. So on a Saturday, right? Woo. Not sure what I'm thinking, but we're gonna give it a go. All right, you guys, I hope you have a good start to your week. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Check out the description box if you wanna know about all the makeup that I used. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.